Uh, Hello, is it working? Spam. Yeah, hi. Here I am again. Yeah, I was about to do this area, but then I thought that maybe I want to do the rotten as fast as possible. And we have the ladders, so let's go and do that. That is because the rotten drops the... In New Game Plus, the rotten drops the soul that you use for to get the crypt black sword or something. Crypt great sword? Crypt sword. Crypt sword. Yeah, the longest ladder isn't for me yet. Even if you have all the free ladders, I think still the best thing to do is actually drop down. The cheapest ladder, I think, is the one that lets you do that with slightly less damage taken. Okay, 28% load is quite little. I should be able to survive that, but let's not tempt the fate. Can I change my pants while on the ladder? I can. Huh. You can also drink Estus while on the ladder. Wow, that's almost like no damage. That's awesome. You know what's funny? When it comes to the other pants that have the ability to lower damage taken from gravity, from falling down, the cat leggings or something like that. They should be easy to find on the item list, but I cannot seem to... Shadow leggings. Huh. Oh, yeah. Flying feline boots. Gosh. The dryer is making a sound. Holy shit, that's a lot of bloodstains. The flying feline boots, fun fact, you get those after the rotten. The cat merchant will sell them after rotten has already been defeated, much later in the game, which is a fun little prank that this game does because they would be most useful before jumping into the hole. But I guess they're still useful for a New Game Plus at least, but then again not really because Jester leggings exist. Lol. To get to the lower part, I think it's best to start up again, and while the game loads I'm gonna go do something real quick, sorry for that. And I'm back here. Yeah, I had to go take care of the dryer because when it finished drying, it will start beeping and it will not stop until I open it, so that, you know, air can get in. Some air. Yeah, so here I am, back again in ES2. I'm still as groggy as ever, and I have to come clean to you guys. I think I finally realized why. Oh, I should have taken the longer ladder, I think. Yeah, whatever. I have to come clean, I have to admit it. I am addicted to caffeine. That might be the cause of my malady. which sucks. For real, no cap. It's like I skipped. Oh woo, made it. I skipped coffee once, and I had like unreal withdrawal symptoms. You know. Shit. How do I get this little guy? I really don't wanna have to do this jumping section again. So yeah, I was really, you know, groggy, not in the mood. I had a headache, had to take some painkillers because I despise having a headache. You know, I think a spear might actually be pretty good for it. Nah, not really, who am I kidding? What's a weapon that pretty much always attacks straight down? Not the scythes, because they like will go over the head of the little guy. Oh, this one should do it. Yay! Neil Greatsword to the rescue once more. Yeah, caffeine addiction is a real thing. Whoa, I thought for a second that I might not get him because I ran out of stamina. Whew. Yeah, caffeine addiction is a... Woohoo! Both of them in New Game Plus. Not only that, I know for a fact that there will also be exploding hollow guys down there too. Yeah, I might stick with the Neil Greatsword. It's good for anti-ganking. Damn. Can I buff it though? Nope. I don't really have a 1v2 setup when it comes to my spells. I'm gonna change my ring first of all. I'm gonna try to get that item, and I probably won't, but I can already tell you what it is because I know it's either the Cleric's Parma or Cleric's Small Shield. Or maybe it's actually the Disc Chime, maybe. It could be a Disc Chime too. It's Disc Chime is like a shield that can also cast. Seriously? Someone is running out of patience. Yeah, awesome job. Holy shit. Holy shit! Yeah, epic. I'm fucked. I thought that, you know, okay, so the hollow came from that way, I'm gonna go the opposite way. Okay, the Cyan Knight, the Super Cyan Knight should stop following us. Or not. Right, I forgot, it's Dark Souls 2. Once an enemy has their sights on you, it's they will follow you to the ends of the earth. What the fuck was that? He not only had some hyper armor, but he only took like 70 damage? Okay, I seem to be stuck. I cannot do anything besides running away. I'm gonna go to the hollows, actually. Okay, so at least I don't have to worry about those. If I'm not careful... Oh, actually, yeah, and you won't follow me. Huh. Assholes. Holy shit. If I could only, you know... Just get down here. Oh, they have like an invisible wall there. They are trying to get after me. Ah, okay. Well, seems like I have to do the jumping section again. Or not, actually. If I do... If I do the Rat Vanguard area, then I won't have to repeat the jumping section, which is fine by me, actually. Might get invaded too, so that would be pretty cool. Yeah, but this little jump here into, you know, exploding hollows and the Cyan Knight to the side, it's already bad enough on its own. And out of all the places in the game, they decided to put a gang squad down there too. Bruh. And I'm not sure what happened, but I think a couple of times the hollow exploded next to the Knight Invader. And I think it exploded next to him and didn't do any damage. But maybe it just missed him. Yeah. Remember, when checking for mimics, only hit the chest once and it will be enough. You don't have to break it. You shouldn't break it. Holy smokes, this place is even darker than I remember. No! Huh. We can see the hollows with torches from here. Weird. Was that always the case? Hello? But yeah, I am mature enough to admit it. Yeah, I'm addicted to caffeine, guys. I don't have much left. Pray for me. But the withdrawal... Seriously, it sucks so much. A headache is like the worst symptom for me that I could get from something. God. All the Dark Souls inputs. You know, the guard break button is actually like suddenly press forward and light attack at the same time. I hate directional inputs like this, especially when you have to like flicker it. You cannot, like, it doesn't work if it doesn't work if you just keep walking. They ditched it, fortunately. There isn't such a thing anymore like that in Elden Ring, for example. Which is great, quite frankly. They moved it into... They made it into weapon art. So you can have a weapon with it. Why do some of them die in a single hit? And some of them require 2 hits. Yo, do I get invaded by Auroras here? Or is that the release version of the game? Anyways, we can also use a Lockstone here to get an additional item. I think it's a hex. Whisper of Despair or something. Not that come to think about it, I've never really looked around in this area. This is like really long. It's a whole underground river. Minecraft style. The game even looks like Minecraft at places. You know, rectangular rooms with no decorations. Yep. It really wasn't worth the lockstone, I think. But I think I have a couple of them. Yeah, I have 3 extra, it's alright. Just in case, let's put on flame weapon. Game remote on. I hear something. Little rat legs scuttling about. Warmth! Yeah, you can farm it here. It's kinda funny how easy it is to get multiple copies of Warmth here in DS2, but in DS3 you have to farm an entire PvP covenant for it. The mound makers or something. But yeah, I remember how I used to make fun of my lady friend when she like acted all like, oh man, I finally have some coffee today. Oh, I feel so awake now. I was like, addicts, am I right, fellas? But whoa, did they come out of that hole that I was looking into? But well, karma came back, I guess, bit me in the ass. Huh, Old Radiant Life Gem. I think it's like the best one. Damn. You can farm those here. And now I am the addict. Yo, he came back. Bruh. Huh. By the way, fun fact, there's also caffeine in tea, just less of it, but there is caffeine in tea. But you might find on the internet some claims that actually it's not caffeine, it's like tea, because you know, tea, haha, get it? Yo, Chaos Storm, hell yeah. But actually, I mean, it works in Polish because it's kofeina and teina. So, you know, caffeine from coffee, teen from tea. But the thing is, it's actually the exact same chemical compound. The name is just different, but it's the same chemical. Kinda like how it works with prescription drugs. They might have a lot of fancy names, but the actual name of the chemical substance that is like affecting you, that's what you know, you are actually concerned about, not the name of the product. But anyway, I think this boss should be a piece of cake with Chaos Storm equipped. Let's just all gather them in one place nicely. Okay, should be good enough, I think. That's nice. By the way, this This boss fight has some pretty intense music for a rat spam boss. Okay, so we are looking for the one with this fun little haircut that I forgot the name of. And that's it. and it goes quiet all of a sudden. You know what? Now that I think about it, actually let me join the Covenant of the Rat, and perhaps I should have joined the Bellkeepers too, back then. I might get summoned for some PvP action that way. But I think the game requires me to wear the ring for it to work. Like, I won't get invaded unless I am wearing the ring. Yeah. So... nope. Is there such a thing as a Bellkeeper seal? Yeah. Yeah, this also requires a ring to work. God damn it. So it wouldn't work anyways. Wah, wah. Sorry. But yeah, it's awful to think about how there's like two versions of me. The caffeinated one and the one on withdrawal. Do I have the butterfly set? Because it enhances your jump. Fuck, I don't think I got... I forgot to get it. Or actually not get it, but it just... you would have to, like, I think, get the Majula to New Game Plus 2 to get it, actually, so no wonder I don't have it. Yeah, let's give it a try! Oh shit! Hell yeah. I don't need it, but I just feel I'm just a huge completionist. Like, if I see some loot, I have to get it. Otherwise, I will just keep thinking about it all day. Let me drink. No! Holy shit, I dodged 2 of them. But there has to be 3 of them, of course. What's quite interesting though about coffee is that I do not have any trouble with falling asleep. Most people that I know, especially nowadays, the younger people, all of them are like addicted to caffeine because they tried some energy drinks once or twice in their lives and now they are fucked. Everyone's hooked. Oh, this is so bad. And a lot of them suffer from insomnia and such. But not me. Maybe that's because I like drink it for breakfast and that's it. How can I get those guys? How can I kill them without aggroing the exploding hollows? I don't think it's possible. That's the issue. I don't think it's possible at all. Holy shit, it's such a hopeless situation. What can I even do? And they are both right under me. Oh, wow, isn't that nice? Fucking guardians of my souls. So yeah, if you plan on living on caffeine, don't drink it. Drink it only for breakfast to get a bit of a kickstart to your day, and that's about it. But then again, it's very rare that I had any issues with sleeping at all. Sometimes it almost feels like a superpower. Everyone around me legit is talking about how like they have trouble sleeping. And not me. I have the opposite problem actually. There are situations during which like I fall asleep kinda against my will. For example, like when it's like a warm day at school, and I'm like listening to the teacher talking, and like actually I am trying my best to stay awake, to focus and listen to them. I'm actually like still taking notes, but it's almost like my own body doesn't listen to me, and like I yawn and all of that against my will. And the teachers get angry at me because they think that I do it on purpose or something to like display how boring the lecture is. Like fuck off, man. I don't control it. Like, come on. And it's especially it happens especially if it's warm and I'm like, and also like stuffy, you know, the windows are closed. My body just recognizes a situation like that as sleepy time. I cannot help it. Also, I fall asleep in cars, which is the better alternative to vomiting because I have motion sickness. Okay, the farm guy is really tanky. God damn it. They couldn't come up with a worse combo than this. 3 exploding hollows, a knight and a spellcaster. So even if you like distance yourself, you are not safe. Also, I forgot to get my souls back, so I'm like 70k behind, but truth be told, I don't care anymore about souls all that much. I still have levels to get and stuff. So yeah, I would rather not lose them, of course, but at this point in the game, like it's still the beginning of the game, technically. 70k is nothing compared to what I will get in the late game. What can I even do? I just cannot come up with any strategy. I think I will just go down, jump down and try to overwhelm them. I will try that now, but if it doesn't work out, I'm gonna try eliminating the hollows first. Or maybe I should use the patient hunter method and just snipe the hollows? Well, one less to worry about, so that's something. But yeah, I've got motion sickness in cars, even though I'm 27. Fucking sucks, man. There is no cure for it. Okay, the farm armor guy is just unstaggerable. Holy shit. Sometimes he gets staggered in 2 hits, and sometimes he just doesn't. I might have to switch to an ultra weapon. Luckily I have one. That's the only thing that I have that is powerful enough to maybe stun him permanently. How's the stamina consumption when one-handed? Those are heavy attacks, by the way, so I was just testing the moveset. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's actually quite good. That's comparable to Nil Greatsword, which is weird because curved Nil Greatsword is only, you know, great weapon tier, not ultra. By the way, we weren't followed by any exploding hollows, so I'm starting to think maybe if we kill the first one, he wants to, you know, scout ahead. And the others won't follow either. That's actually quite nice. Yeah, I think the ultra is the way to go. Oh, shit. Oh! The exploding hollow actually damaged the farm guy. So one hollow saw us. No! Oh wow, the farm game also can drink Estus. Isn't that nice? Okay, that was weird. One of the hollows did notice us, but the other didn't. Weird. Okay, so how do I nuke down the caster? Because that's really the biggest issue. An NPC caster with infinite lightning bolts, which is quite unfair. Why do invader NPCs get infinite casts on their spells? This shit is unfair. Lightning bolts, for a player, they have very few casts. But the NPC gets infinite. Well, By the way, one time I was invaded by a hacker. Only one in my career, which is quite weird because anti-hacking measures taken in DS2 are actually quite shit. It's very easy to hack this game, apparently. So the fact that I met only one hacker in all of my through all the time I have spent in this game is really weird. And unfortunately he wasn't a fun hacker. He was the boring kind, so he made himself immortal. I couldn't damage him, and he had infinite forbidden sun. You know, the pyromancy. Yo, get him, Hollow. No! Jesus Christ, man. Give me a breather. Let me breathe. Holy shit, and yeah, also this place has water. So electricity spells are extra effective. Thanks. Yo. Does he have like 99 faith too? That's some nice damage. Okay, finally. Gulp. You are fucked, my guy. Yeah. Now that you are alone, your effectiveness just dropped to 0. Isn't that nice? Lol. Yeah. Bloodstained skirt and dingy set. That's New Game Plus exclusive stuff. That just dropped from him. And a soul. I think that armor set is like a reference to Dark Souls 1, which I didn't play yet. For funsies, I'm going in backwards order. Dark Souls 2 New Game Plus first, and then live Merc reaction to DS1. They should have placed a mimic here too. That would be the funniest thing ever. Dingy set. It's actually quite nice looking too. Where is the bloodstained skirt? The icons are so small. Oh, okay. What tragedy could have befallen the original owner? So the real cleric is dead. The person we just killed was an imposter. A sassy imposter. Dum 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 dum. Dum dum dum. Bum bum. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. Ever notice how like some words are just permanently stained with the association with some stupid meme? You just cannot say imposter without thinking of Among Us anymore. Or like, for example, let's talk about something else than fucking than fucking Among Us. The thing that annoys me about the modern world, we have to revolt against the modern world, guys, is that like so many things have been fetishized and associated with some sexual fetishy stuff. That it just leaves a bad taste in your mouth, just interacting with the thing at all. That used to be poo-poo, dunk pie poo-poo. That used to be, you know, pretty neutral. Yeah, it might sound like nonsense what I'm saying, but I think you will understand me if I provide you an example. So, whoa. Werewolves. Werewolves used to be all about the, you know, coolness and also the tragedy of being cursed with lycanthropy. I think that's how you pronounce it. And they will, you know, cool, badass, and, you know, you turn into one, oh, and you kill stuff, and you slice with your claws, and you bite someone's head off. And it was all cool and metal, but now, like, the briefest mention of them just makes everyone think of fairies. Like, imagine adding a werewolf character to your, I don't know, book or setting, game, anything. You are getting immediately accused of being a furry. You just can't do that anymore. Like, if you just randomly feel like, you know what, I'm gonna add a werewolf to my setting because they're cool. Nope. Can't do that anymore. It's funny how the vast majority of enemies in Dark Souls, any Dark Souls game, is like a zombie dude, and that's about it. But then when you meet an enemy that isn't human in the slightest, it's suddenly some really creepy, ugly abomination. Like, there's no in between. I guess you will meet like a wolf or something like that from time to time, but there's a lot of really spookily designed abomination enemies, which is actually kinda cool because it's creative, but there's just a bit of a dissonance going on, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, zombie, yeah, whatever, boring. And suddenly there's this weird leech coming out of the oil to get you. Alright, there is an invasion here. Let's do it first. I see you, Melinda. I know you want to get down here. Okay. I have a spear and you don't. Wow. So hard. Huh. Well, she was wearing little to no armor, so it's no surprise to me that I could just stun lock her to death. Not to be rude, but sometimes I think that Miyazaki is legit running out of ideas. Like, this invader, Melinda the Butcher, is like a reference to one of their playtesters in DS1. They had a playtester just invade someone with a setup like this, mostly naked, but with a giant cleaver, which is, you know, it's cool to make a reference like that. But they made the same reference in DS3, in Elden Ring 2, like, get some new ideas, guys. Oh. Here's a new idea. Invasion. That's a mimic, this chest here. I am like 99% sure of that. So I'm gonna do the funny. And yeah, I'm not risking anything. I'm just gonna do it the easy way. Because we have a human invader. Oh, I got it. I was spamming too much. I don't know what I picked up. It was dark armor and something else. Didn't see the other item. In the darkness such as this, the radio invader should be pretty easy to spot. Unless he is hiding, and he probably is. Or maybe he too is like looking for me, but this place is such a maze that he like got lost too. Trap? Oh, yeah. I was actually looking for it. I wanted to get down. You know what? I'm gonna use my backup weapon for the hollows. That should be the smart thing to do. And we might have an opportunity to put the fire spear to the test. Yippee! Okay, can I get my torch out safely? Please? I really hate fighting in the dark. And by the way, what's the deal with modern video games? Not that DS2 is modern anymore, but it's around the time of DS2 that it started that some areas are just holy shit, close-up moment. Some areas are just so unbearingly dark in many video games, like for no reason, for no real reason at all. Movies do this too. Like I'm watching a movie and they apparently spent like $1 gajillion on special effects, but then most of the movie is pitch black dark. I see you. He's observing me. I think down here is the only way to progress. What the hell? Holy shit! Oh, these reflexes, man. Yo, what a fucking trap. If I had my spear out instead of the thrusting sword, I would have gotten hit for sure. Because the spear is slower to turn and stuff. In a way, I got lucky. My equipment has been vanquished, yeah. Well, that's a free human effigy at least, but well, that's a shame. Invasions are already rare enough as it is, and I think this guy was AFK. Fucking slaves, get your ass back here! By the way, does anyone still get this reference to Gachi Muchi? I'm telling you the name so you can Google it, but I won't explain what it is because it's impossible to explain without sounding really gay. Google it on your own, sorry pal. So yeah, Gachi Muchi. Everyone used to know what it is. It was actually quite a big part. How did I barely made it so I didn't fall even further down? Okay, so I was talking about Gachimuchi, but something happened once more and I got distracted and I forgot. I was probably about to say something really gay, so you might not be missing much. Crazy how fast times change. Especially today, ever think about it? How, like, you know, it's impossible to predict how the world will be like in just 5 years. Technology and society progresses so fast. It's impossible to keep up with. Unless keeping up with it is like all you do. The world used to be so that if you like tried to plan your life for like 60 years from now on, it would make sense, like, you know, things would change but the world would be mostly the same. Ow. These doggos have like the weirdest moves. They like do nothing for a minute but then suddenly snap at you. Just like a pit bull. Huh. But yeah, how the fuck do you plan for the future in today's world? You sneeze and suddenly we have like really advanced AI technology on, and it just destroys the job market. It absolutely wrecks the job market. It's insane. No, I want... No! What the fuck? Ah! Okay, enough. Enough of the ugly close-ups. By the way, I hate the word world. How the fuck do you pronounce that? Like, how do English, like, how do native speakers pronounce it so easily? It's like the most annoying combination of letters to pronounce, at least for me. Whenever I say word, people think I'm saying like... how do I describe this even? Not like the world as in universe versus the word as in, you know, a thing, a part of a sentence. You know. Oh, right, chunks. How many? 5? I think I need 6. And also I need 2 twinks only more. Only 2 twinks more for an upgrade of a weapon. Yippee! It's gonna be spontooning time. It says spontoon, not spoon. But why did they call it that? Spontoon. What the hell is it even is that? Why didn't they call it something normal? Couldn't be just a spear. No, no, no. Whoa. Blade in the dark. So yeah, it's actually quite annoying. Like, I know English very well, through and through, but it's mostly from writing and reading, so I'm pretty behind when it comes to pronunciation. Well, I think I am repeating myself at this point, you know that already. What kind of, or I have 3 pieces of it. Isn't that interesting? Anyways, we have to get this guy here too. Okay, so buff first. A little healing can't hurt, and poison. Will he aggro? He will. No. Ha. I didn't even have to look. Leggings? Isn't he supposed to have a guaranteed drop of his helmet? Which, well, doesn't really matter anymore to me, because I already have it. I'm just surprised. It's a quite nice looking helmet too. Maybe he's like programmed to... yeah, there it is, the Iron Mask. Maybe since it's New Game Plus, then it rotated into leggings. Maybe New Game Plus will give us the gauntlets or the armor. On my way to beat the game 4 times for an armor set. Which you can just farm on the regular hide nights. It's only the helmet from this guy here that is a unique drop. Why did they all gather here like that? What the fuck was that? Ah, I have to walk around again. By the way, I was talking about Hollow Knight Silksong the other day with my friend. And the game is great. Of course, I mean, it's Hollow Knight, but I don't know, like, you can tell me in the comments what's your opinion on the subject, but my genuine opinion is that actually making the game harder from the get-go, it's actually a mistake. And it's not that I cannot beat it, or something, like, I can. It ain't that hard. What the fuck? This place is cursed. It's no issue to me, but the problem is that why do they even feel the need to cater to like pro gamers, or maybe not even pro, but like, you know, the people that enjoy a harder difficulty right from the start. Like, since when was ever Hollow Knight associated with a group like that? Maybe I'm missing something here, but from what I know, like, at least a half of Hollow Knight fanbase was composed of people that aren't good at video games. They just wanted to play the cute bug game platformer. That includes my girlfriend, you know. So maybe I'm taking it a little more personally than I should. But she loved the game, but now it's a little too hard for her to play it. And also keep in mind that towards the end of the game it does get a little hard for everyone, but since she beat like 3/4 of it already, she felt invested enough to actually focus, lock in, and beat the final boss on her own, which is, you know, quite an achievement. I walked right into the hole. Fuck me. I'm angry because I'm pretty sure there were items up above, and now I have to go back for them. So yeah, why do they even feel the need to make the game harder right from the start? It wouldn't hurt anyone if the early game areas were easy, because they are supposed to be. It's the early game, and I think in OG Hollow Knight the hardcore gamers were pretty satisfied too, because towards the end of the game does get quite hard, but also you have the whole Colosseum thing, God Home I think it's called, going on. And so for no reason at all they went from a game that is for everyone, which is great and actually makes sense for a platformer that is cute like that. They went from that to a game that is like for well, not professional, but like experience. Oh yeah, that's the word that I think fits, for experienced gamers. Like, why do you narrow down your player base for no reason like that? Like, it's actually quite the trap too, if you think about it. Like, the game looks so cute. Like, cute games, in my opinion, have some sort of an obligation to be a little easier too. Because whenever like a kid, I know from family, someone from family, a kid, sees it, or my girlfriend, someone else's girlfriend, like, oh my, that's cute, I wanna play it, hee. That's how women talk, by the way. So yeah, they see it and they wanna play it, and it's like, well, you can't, sorry, like, you will just rage and get fucked. Why? If the game looks cute, it should also be easy and accessible. Ow. Okay, it's over. He spared me. He could have jumped, but didn't. Do I really have to go all the way around? Should be some sort of a shortcut. And by the way, I'm like pretty sure there is also like a really tall tower that you can zipline from. But I totally forgot how do you access this place. I think that's it there? Wait, no, I already were using the zipline. No! I saw the zipline but didn't use it actually. I think I know where it is. I'm gonna have to find it. Jesus Christ. What the Yo! I was about to say that I felt like there was some sort of an invisible wall. Invisible war. God damn, is English hard to pronounce sometimes for me. Like, I feel like I have to like contort my jaw to pronounce some things. Yeah, there is a level higher. I don't know why, but like, I almost always forget about it. Probably because I wanna get the items from below. Oh, the thing is on fire already. Huh. Where does it even get me? Does it even like make sense to use it? No, I'm just back here. Well, that was a whole load of nothing. But yeah, gutter zipline. It's real. Can I just zoom through? I don't wanna bother with all these statues. Speaking of statues, I quite like that about DS2, that there's like, if you think about it, there's very many different game mechanics to interact with in this game. You know, like Doors of Pharos, petrified people, the statues that spit poison. Many different things to play around with. The other games feel like best they can do is like close the doors that you have to find a key for. Or like the lava place, that Iron Keep, I think it's called, and those things that you have to like attack so that they rotate. You know, there's like iron statues that vomit fire, and you have to hit them so that they move. My lights just flickered. Am I gonna be hit by a lightning? Perhaps. God damn, please tell me you're not immune to fire. Oh, that's some pretty good damage. By the way, what do you think about reusing bosses and enemies? I feel like I'm the only person in the world that actually quite likes it. Not even like being... I'm not even like neutral about it. I actually quite like it if there's like a second or third appearance of the boss. When it's more than 3, then yeah, it starts to be a little like too much recycling. And it might feel a little stale. But like up to 3, it's actually pretty cool, I think, because like, you know, like it's like a mini boss, because it went from boss to mini boss. You know what I mean? It won't have as much health, and you know his moveset already, so he won't be as challenging as for the first time. And you get to like defeat him a second time, but now that your character is a little stronger because it's later in the game, you get like a really nice feeling of beating him faster and, you know, feeling stronger about it. I actually quite enjoy that. Alright, what's the hour? I think the smart thing to do is to start finishing up here. God damn, I still need so many more upgrade materials. But I think that below gutter, this green area that I forgot the name of, I think there is a quite nice farm there for the chunks, but I don't think I will actually use it. I don't plan on using it actually. I hate farming and we don't need it. Oh, before I forget, because I have Alzheimer's, so you know, I personally really hate farming in Souls games. You know what I think they should do instead? Attunement, strength, tax, ADP. Let's level ADP. I was like meditating on the whole topic, like how else can you make the player get some, you know, armor and weapon from an enemy in the world, you know? Because just placing even more chests, I don't think it would work, because like littering the whole world with loot will feel really weird. We all love loot, but if there's too much of it, then it feels like the game is just like, you know, showering with you with presents, and it's like, it feels weird. But farming sucks ass, so how would you fix it? I think that since FromSoft already likes to add PvP arenas into their games, they should also add like challenges to complete, like PvE challenges that you can do in those arenas. So like, for example, I don't know, beat this enemy in the arena when there's like 2 of them at the same time coming at you at once. And if you beat that challenge, then a piece of armor is your reward. Then you get an even harder challenge and you get the other piece of armor. That would be a much better, much more interactive and fun way of making the player, you know, get the stuff instead of farming. But from what I know, it's a little funny to talk about, but from what I know, a lot of Japanese people have like this weird thing going on, that they actually like when something is really hard to drop, like, you know, 1% chance to drop or even less, because after farming it for a couple of hours and they get it, they feel really satisfied with themselves about it, like, you know, oh, I put in some work and I got it, and most other people don't have it because they didn't put in the work to farm it like I did, which is so funny to me. It's so weird. Like, personally, I think it's like the weirdest thing ever to feel like that. The grind mindset. What is it with Asians and grinding? They seem to love it. All those gacha games and such, they all originate from Asia and they are the most popular there. And I'm not I hope I'm not being mean or rude or something. I'm just genuinely perplexed, because I personally despise stuff like that. Beat the same boring ass enemy a billion gajillion times and maybe you will get something nice. Holy shit, how do you enjoy that? That's like work. Don't you have enough real work in the real world? Oh, huh. Isn't that nice? By the way, always remember to drop stuff one by one here. Because if you drop like 10 of them at the same time, I'm pretty sure that it will actually consume all of those and give you one back, which sucks. But if you leave them one after the other, then you get a 1-for-1 ratio. Hey! We got a chunk! And the twink too. One more twink, I think, and then we can get an item. Nope. But the chunk is welcome enough. Yeah, so anyways, back to linguistics. What I find really funny about the English language is that the R letter most often really isn't an actual R, you know. I mean, I mean like a Polish rolling R, you know, R, the sound that cats make. In English, it's actually like a weird grunt sort of a noise instead. Sometimes it does turn into the rolling R, but only a couple of times. Spontooning time, so we will be ditching the Pyromancer setup because the Spontoon cannot cast Pyromancies. Hell yeah. I'm gonna have to infuse it too. It's actually quite nice, I think, that we will not have to switch to our spellcasting tool anymore. We have a weapon and a spellcasting tool both at once in the form of this cute little spear here. So yeah, I think it's pretty obvious that we want to infuse it with dark. Spears, right here. Oh, yeah. So yeah, I checked this weapon out on the wiki earlier. So the stat increase on its own is only like 6 points, but if you look down, you will notice that the scaling improves too. But it's really weird how see that infusing it with magic will actually improve dark scaling up to B instead of C here. But I think that the difference in the base stat level is big enough that actually you prefer the dark infusion either way, if you wanna cast hexes, of course. Yeah, plus 93 instead of 48. Maybe that's not as big of a difference as I had hoped. Oh well, good enough anyway. It kinda sucks that you cannot preview the weapon, like how much will the scaling bonus increase when upgrading. You can only see how much base damage will change when infusing. So that's kinda ass. Okay, at least 2 dark orbs, because they are OP. And I mean it, they genuinely are. They have very good damage, a gajillion uses, and they are pretty fast to cast. This spell alone carries the Hex casting class. Uses 4 of the Dark Fog, that should be enough. Can I use Dark Weapon on itself? No, I can't. That also sucks. Like, if you use the, for example, wand, not wand. What are they called? The things to cast spells. Staves. If you use a stave to buff from your like your casting tool in your right hand, it will attempt to buff the other weapon, you know? Right goes to left and left goes to right. So magic casting weapons like that unfortunately cannot buff themselves. I would have to equip a second casting tool in my left hand. And I think I might just do that actually. Hell, why not? Recollection. From what I remember, it sucked. Whisper of Despair. That's like a debuff. Dead again. Okay, that's like exploding corpses. Which is kinda cool, but really specific. I really want to get Dark Dance. I need like to lower the requirement of faith by like 10. So it's possible. Life Drain patch should be nice too. I would have to go to Iron Keep to find the guy that lets me reduce the stat requirements. But yeah, other than that, what do I even want? Affinity? Oh, I would... Affinity takes 3 slots. Huh. That's a lot. By the way, I lowered the stats of Affinity, but of only one of them, but it seems to have affected my entire character, and both affinities have lower requirements, which actually kinda sucks. Because I think I lowered the intelligence requirement too low. I could have kept it at 32, and maybe I would have like a single orb more. Like, doesn't sound like much, but it makes a difference, and I think that it's irreversible. I think I am stuck with shitty affinity forever. Yike. Well, let's get it, why not? Like, what even else is there? Why do half the hexes have like really weirdly spread out stat requirements? Why is it a whole whopping 53 intelligence base without, you know, reducing it through items? Why? Why is it 42 faith? Holy shit, no one has enough stats to have 29 faith and 53 intelligence, unless they dump all of their stats into those, but then they would have to have like low health, low ADP, low equip load, low stamina, low strength and dexterity for weapons. Do they hate hexes or something? Bruh. And the damage they deal is so ass too. Like, it's, I think, legit it's like slower than Dark Orb damage. At least they look like spooky eyes. So there's that. Okay. Let's go back to Gutter and finish up. Alright. See ya!